He talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. Dun-dun-dun. I had to have this talk with you, cause my happiness, it depends on you. Whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene.
Double down.
I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. I swear to God, what's she begging for? She should cut her tits off, trying to take her man. Do you know what I mean? That's it. It's her man. She loves him. Jolene has eyes of emerald green and beautiful auburn hair, like summer rain, right? She's got it all. Jolene's got nothing, but this bloke who she loves, who talks about fucking. It's out of order. Hello. Oh.
Two rings.
Hello.
Hey Flav, hello. It's me. Everything's okay. We lose a game or two. I want to see if you're okay. See? You okay? I love my team. I love my players. A good team. Sounds a bit Italian, doesn't it? I love my team. Flav, are you okay?
I'm okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
Look, games, football. It happens, you know. We lose the game. We lose 3 games in a week. It's me, Pep.
Are you okay, Pep?
Hey, I'm so happy.
You don't.
I'm so happy.
You don't sound. You don't sound that happy.
I'm so
Pep.
happy. I love my players. They tried their best. They tried their best, but we know win this time.
Are you okay? Pep, are you okay? Listen, are you okay?
I'm so happy.
I've got to go. Scene.
Welcome back to One for the Weekend. Pep Guardiola there on the phone this week.
Yeah.
A lovely bit of singing from Flav to kick off as well. Straight into the action. We've got a amazing podcast, the conclusion of the greatest Soldiers Lost in Battle story ever.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a official announcement that I haven't told anyone yet. It's exclusive.
You told me.
I haven't. Have I?
Well, I hope so. I'm
Well,
sure
no,
I should know.
I wanted
before.
to save it for this because it's big.
Really? I should
big.
know. Whatever it is, I should know before these plebs.
It's big and it's dangerous for some people.
Really?
So stick around for that.
All right.
But let's get straight into it. Room 69.
Yeah, Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola, and he goes.
Yeah, I've had enough. He's
No, he's not cutting it, is he?
He's got to go,
Yeah.
isn't he, Jim?
What a manager that. What he can't do is 700 million.
I know. Unbelievable.
It's not worth
A billion?
Is it a billion?
I don't know, more or less.
Yeah.
I mean, look,
pick a number.
he's lost 3 games on a bounce. He's got to go. The milk is curdled.
It's not working out.
It's not working out.
It's
8
not
goals
working out.
conceded.
Incredible.
How much money do they want to spend?
Yeah, and we're going to be talking about it later, but who's out on the horizon? Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, mate, all over it.
Yeah.
Ready to maul.
Why? So Room 69, if you haven't heard of that before, it's a place where people give up. Right?
No, it's
I always get confused every time.
they don't want to give up.
They just
Yeah,
don't die.
They would rather die.
Die and
Stop
give up.
saying that every
Die and
single
give
time.
up.
They don't give up or die. They just leave.
They just sit in this room, don't they?
Yeah, they
wait.
look, it's figuratively speaking. It's not an actual room. They go away. All right. No one really knows what happens to them.
Yeah.
But they're away,
It's the land
and it's
where-
time for Pep Guardiola to just go.
Enough.
Enough of him.
So
Do you know what it is?
Go on.
It's the expressiveness on the pitch.
Right, it's too much. Yeah.
Like that to the ref. You're like, what are you doing? Like there's law and order in football, right? There has to be a line where you don't cross.
He's in his
you're
box.
You're not God. He wasn't in his box. He was on the pitch gesticulating towards the ref. Your job is to manage your team. Your job isn't to go and talk to Nathan Redmond and scream in his face about you're a better player than that.
Yeah.
How dare you?
So he's a bit busy, you're saying?
He's very,
Very
busy.
busy,
Yeah. He's very busy. Donald Trump very busy.
Do you think that some of the world of football, a lot of people think he's the guy, he's the number one, he's the best, he's the visionary of football management? Do you think he thinks that?
Yeah,
because he's like, it comes out of like his press conference after. He was very humble. Like he was annoyed at the decisions that happened, but he was saying first things first. Congratulate Liverpool, they deserve to go through.
Oh, that's good of him.
But deep down, do you think when he gets home, he's like,
he's punching walls?
Why are people wasting my time? I'm making art here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not. He has a complete lack of respect for authority. He's completely self-involved. He completely believes in his own press, and you know he's got the trophies to back it up.
That's true.
But there's sometimes being humble, and being humble in defeat after the fact it's all well and good, but in the middle, in the heat of the moment where you lose your head, maybe there needs to be a line there. And all right, he's saying congratulations to Klopp. The referee had a bad game. The referee did have a bad game.
Well,
but
yeah,
it happens in football. You don't lose your head like that. You do lose your head like that, and you get punished. And now you have to sit in the stands like a little child because that's how you've behaved.
Okay. Let's talk about that decision. We'll talk about Man City Liverpool for a little bit because both you as a Spurs fan, you've been getting some. Yeah, it was helpful. But it's the big talking point, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Liverpool are in the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Fully deserved, incredible.
Life is good for them and their fans. Despite I did a match reaction video on my channel yesterday, and the abuse I got for saying that the referee had got the offside wrong.
What, from Liverpool fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I was
they're
surprised.
mental, aren't they? They're all mad.
I wouldn't go that far.
They are crazy. They're the most reactionary fan base on earth.
Do you think?
And defensive.
What's
about
your
their
top
football
five?
club. Top five reaction.
Top five reactionary fan bases.
And in one, we got Liverpool.
Yeah, we'll give you top three.
Top three.
In three.
All right, we've got Everton. There might be a theme here. Everton and Liverpool are quite bad at this. This you don't need to say. Quite bad at kind of reacting. Look, it isn't even a bad thing. Like they shouldn't care what other fans think. All they care about is their clubs, and they're defensive of their players, regardless if they do anything wrong. And they're defensive against decisions that go against them or for them. And they're
Or
not
for them. Oh right.
Unjustly.
So, the other way. Yeah.
So if they have to contend with or battle against people saying that those decisions were correct or incorrect against Liverpool, then they will, regardless of fact or truth. That's not important to lots and lots of Liverpool fans. What's important to them is the betterment of their football club, and it's really irritating, but you can understand it, and that's where it comes from. We're going to talk about the Harry Kane thing, but we're talking about that goal that should have stood. Sane, there's not a person other than Liverpool fans on this planet that don't think that isn't a goal. It was a goal. It was clearly a goal. It came off Milner. It's a goal. He's onside.
Well, yeah.
It was the same thing with Harry Kane. The Harry Kane goal.
So
he's onside. It's not. The rules are in black and white.
See, but I was told that I was wrong with the rules with the offside. So I was saying that it wasn't offside.
It wasn't offside because the ball was played off Milner. It didn't play off with Man City.
But Milner didn't touch it deliberately, is what Liverpool fans are saying. So because of that, then the offside continues. But I think there's such a change in the trajectory of the ball that it does play a part.
It could hit him on the back. It could hit him sideways. It hits it on the back as a trajectory, and that is offside. I mean, onside. Look,
Chris Foy, not Chris Hoy, the Olympic cyclist. Chris Foy, he was doing the BT Sport. He's that guy. They never let the.
He was shocking.
Chris Foy.
He didn't say anything.
No, he said it was onside.
About 20 minutes into the second half, they got Chris Foy out again just to confirm because he sat on the bench during that time.
Do you know what I love with the
Jesus was like, what's he doing? We have to get him out again now.
I love with football coverage. Like over the years, they're like right, new season. Anyone got any idea? Can we like change it a little bit? So they had things like player cam, you had fan commentary, and like now BT Sport for a little while now. And I think it's a good thing to do. Well, it's a good thing to do if they've got a pair of bollocks. But they get a referee. The thing I love about the referee, he's always hidden away in this dark little room, isn't he? He never gets to go on he never gets to wear his snazzy John Barnes suit.
He turns up at the TV. He comes and goes. So where am I going? You're going in the cupboard.
Yeah, no. It's
Get
actually
in the cupboard. Any tea or anything like? Just get in the fucking cupboard.
And it's down.
If there's a contentious decision, we'll talk to him. Otherwise, shut your mouth and get in the cupboard.
In my head, it's like you have to walk through the nice studio that the other guys are in, and then you've got to go down into the basement.
And as he's walking down to the basement, just looking over his shoulder like that. Just going,
you sure?
I'll see you then.
I mean, it'd be quick. To be honest, it'd be quicker if I was just with you and you can just go to me. You just go to me really quick and I can give you the...
Much quicker. Get in the dungeon.
And then there's just a huge chef just comes in with a big bowl and just a big ladle and just goes...
That's his food.
That's your food.
Some slop on the floor. Get on your hands and knees, boy.
Yeah.
If you're hungry, you'll eat it. Otherwise, shut up. There's your slop. Yeah. Enjoy it. Look, just back on that very quickly. They don't... The thing is, Liverpool fans don't have to be defensive about that. They were class.
They were brilliant.
Two legs. They're through to the semi-final. They don't have to get fixated on everything being an injustice. It's not an injustice. You've got a beneficial decision. Enjoy it, lap it up, and get on with your day. Don't spend time going on your video on your channel saying, "Oh, you."
I mean, well, comment and like.
Because what
and
happens is people forget about your performance and instead concentrate on your pathetic reactions to nothing decisions. That's what it's about, and that's why people get irritated by Liverpool fans. If any Liverpool fans out there are confused why people get irritated by you, it's this kind of stuff. Enjoy your win. You're an incredible football club. Klopp's done incredible stuff. You're going to challenge for the league next year, and you will win the Champions League. Don't worry about the opinions of people like James Alcott.
Well, I mean, watch the whole video and click like and say great vid.
Yeah, do that.
That's how
you're
really
wasting
win.
your time
That's how you really
concentrating on the negative parts of being alive when you've just had an incredible experience. Beating Manchester City, the favourites for the tournament probably before the tie was announced. You've just done all that. Why are you spending a moment of your time going on a YouTube channel and telling someone they're incorrect over a contentious, not even contentious, offside decision? What are you doing with your lives? I guarantee, if Spurs were in this situation, I wouldn't be anywhere near James's YouTube channel. James's YouTube channel
Killing me, mate.
is the last place I would be after Spurs just knocked out Man City in the FA Cup. I'm sorry, Jim, that's just the way I feel.
Yeah, but there is a link in the description if you would like to subscribe to that channel. There's some great content on
There
it.
is some good content.
All that said, it did have an impact on the game, didn't it?
I mean,
if
Man
you
City
go in at
returned-
half time and it's 2-0,
Yeah.
Because the other comments that people were saying was like, well, they only had 3 shots on target in the whole game, but it doesn't. That's void a little bit because at that moment in time, the whole feeling of the game is different if you get into the second half.
Yeah.
But again, you're right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's let you through.
If it was my perspective, I was like, yeah, we've done you over. We've got a well good decision there. It's wicked.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. The fact is, the game would have changed, but you know what? They didn't deserve it. They didn't over the 2 legs. Manchester City did not deserve that luck. Liverpool did deserve the luck by the way that they played, and Godspeed to them all. I hope you get knocked out in the next round, but I wouldn't be surprised if you go on and win it.
How good was
it? Could be the weakest group of semi-final teams in the history of the game.
What if Sevilla and
you
Real
got
Madrid?
Sevilla and Roma on the other side.
Yeah, and it's there. I mean, it's there to be won then, isn't it?
We'll take one of them that you got a foot in the final. You've got to fancy him.
The Roma thing was great. There's something just a bit more. It makes anything more special if it involves Italians, I think.
Because it's so passionate.
Just like I don't know. It's just.
I mean, it was
gets me going, man.
There's only been 2 teams that have ever turned over a 3-goal deficit at this stage of the cup. We had Barcelona last year at 6-1.
Right. I want to go to that Deportivo Milan game. Is that it? Was that the one? That was the other one.
Deportivo turned it around.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And it's just like the scenes were good. Fazio, we're having to go Paulinho at the start of the season. Another one of yours.
Liverpool and Fazio are in the semi-final of the Champions League.
Fazio, he's a good player.
He's not a good
player.
One of the worst
at the highest level.
So bad. Like he cost us a North London derby on his own. Everyone else played brilliant, but because of his ineptitude, we lost. That's Fazio.
Okay. Still to come in this podcast, we have a bit of trivia for you. Got a couple of stat nuggets. We're going to the where are we going for the stat nuggets for some stat up lines.
Oh, we're going to
Twinkles, isn't it?
Twinkles, yeah, Twinkles nightclub.
We're heading to Twinkles, so that'd be exciting.
Stat
And
line.
questions for Flames.
What kind of music they playing to Twinkles?
They play some old school garage. Some
nice.
garage bangers.
Yeah.
Will be rearing their ugly head.
I love Twinkles. Twinkles.
Twinkles.
Picking up middle-aged women that are desperate for a bit of young meat.
Spoke about that last week. Young meat.
I'm not young meat anymore.
Wow.
Someone said that I aged 10 years in 2 weeks.
That seems harsh. I'm slightly worried about your left hand here. Have you got heartburn? Whilst you're doing your rant,
I think it's defensive.
Oh, right.
Defensive.
Let's do trivia and then we'll talk more about Man City. Last week we asked you which 7 players have worn Southampton's number 9 shirt in the Premier League. No one even guessed.
There's no
No one even gave it a go. And shame on you, because if you're proper football fans, you should know about all teams and all players throughout all the leagues.
Quite a boring question, really.
Great question. I'll give you the answer and you'll go, yeah, I really should have. Just given myself 20 to 30 seconds to look to see if I can apply myself and make a difference and get myself on the podcast. But you haven't.
Was it intern Scott who came up with that question?
No, that was me.
All right, I was going to say, Scott ain't here anymore. So
I know, Scott's gone.
it shows that.
Yeah,
Scott, nice having you. Probably never see you again.
Yeah, it's a bit
Didn't
worse.
work hard enough.
Yeah, especially after what happened.
thought we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Well, no, we won't, but I'll just allude to it. That's what I'm doing.
What with the other Inter?
Yeah. Nearly moment. That's what I'm saying.
What with Neil? I thought I saw something happen with Neil.
Well, he did
And
walk off with Neil.
Scott, the intern Scott, had a nearly moment with Neil.
Yeah, I thought we weren't going to talk about it.
Sorry.
The answers were Ian Dowie, 93-94, Neil Shipley, I said you'd know them all, 94-96, Mark Hughes, 98-99 at the end of his career, Mark Draper, that was the one I gave you a clue.
To deserve a 9.
Number 9, that is a bit odd, yeah. He was very good for Leicester City and Aston Villa. 2000-2001, James Beattie, 2001-2004, before he got moved to Everton, I think it was. Jay Rodriguez, 2012-2017, he was there a long time. And Guido Carrillo, which is this season, he arrived in January. So those were the number 9s for Southampton. Shame on you all for not even giving it a go. This week, to pay homage to Joe Hart, who had a good game of football, won a man of the match, gets a lot of stick, so when it doesn't, when it goes well for him for a game, I'm going to pop my head out and go, well done, Joe Hart.
Go
on. Okay. Which 4 goalkeepers have won full England caps while playing for foreign clubs? Good question, this one. I don't think there'll be any sort of steroid use, some Google use with this one. I expect you to probably get this one right. 4 goalkeepers, foreign clubs, got England caps. Let me know in the comments.
One out of these. For one of these players, I didn't even know played for that club or in that country.
Yeah, it's a good one. That's the tough one, isn't it? But yeah, four goalkeepers.
If anyone gets that right, anyone.
You're saying it's steroid use? You think it'd be steroid use? Google's?
Yeah, possibly. But even Google would be difficult. It's quite a tricky one to get, I think.
Maybe. It's there. Good luck.
Anyone, you get a prize. Something to do with James again. James's body. Something to do with James's body.
Interesting. I'm looking forward to finding out what it is. Fan League is the sponsor of our podcast. Without them, we are absolutely nothing. They're building the world's #1 football community at the moment, and we are a part of that.
Yep.
The way that we're a part of that is by the One for the Weekend League. There's a link to that in the description if you want to join the league. How did I get on last week? I don't think I did very well last week. It was poor. If you want to join the league, then get involved. Click on that link. Download the app. Add me as a friend, James Alcott, ALLCOTT, and we'll get you in the league.
Fan League, 13 results. Get them all right. Win loads of money.
Yeah, good statage on there as well. That's what I like about the app.
Yeah, lots of information.
Yeah, last week there was they were right actually with a lot of them because there wasn't too many shocks apart from it was I think only 13%. That was it. 13% said that Man United were going to win against Man City.
Did I say Man United would be a good bet because it was going against the grain? You need to get all 13.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, because there are always something. I think you did say that. Well done. Yeah, good point.
And what happened?
They won 3-2.
Shocking defending. Pep Guardiola does not know how to defend.
Yeah. Get him in room 69. Kane goal. Kane scored a goal and he wanted to claim it. And it was, it caused a storm.
What, not a storm. It caused a storm in Liverpool, the red half of Liverpool.
He's going after him again.
I'm not going after him, I'm just stating facts. So don't worry about it. It's not a big problem. Anyway, so the deal was that Eriksen crossed the ball in. It didn't touch him. It looks.
Do you not think?
No.
I think it touched his shoulder.
I mean, he swears on his daughter's life. And I think the argument isn't about disputing whether or not he touched it. Goalkeepers want.
Does he like his daughter?
I'm sure he does. I don't know where you're going with that.
No, I'm not going anywhere, but that's a point that, that's worth raising. What would it be? Because what if he doesn't? Because
I'm sure that no one would. Let's leave this.
Fair enough. Flav always knows. Sometimes I go too far.
Yeah.
And you know when to let's move it on.
Yeah, Eriksen crosses ball in. The ball, in my opinion, goes straight into the goal. Now, he claimed it, and that's common, and I don't think anyone had an issue with it. But then it went on somewhat, where he was going on his campaign. I definitely touched the ball. Then the club appealed to have that to have the change the scorer name changed from Eriksen to Kane, which is then when it's thinking, well, hang on, what's going on? Well, the club don't give a shit, do we? We do one.
Yeah.
But of course they give a shit because it's very important in terms of branding, in terms of marketing, to have the top goal scorer in the country. There's a massive news story in Kane matching Henry's record of being the top scorer in 3 separate divisions.
Right.
If he does it again in the next
seasons, you mean?
That's 4, so he'd be the only striker. Yeah, so he scored most goals, Golden Boot, 3 seasons in the bounce. If he does it next season 4, no one else has done it. All of that is good marketing material For Kane, he's got this obsession with breaking records. If he doesn't get it this season, the likelihood of him hitting another 3 on the bounce, very slim. So this is where he's got it. He's obsessed with records. But again, for him, branding, marketing, Golden Boot winner, Nike, Adidas, whoever it might be. That's what's important. This is about money, ultimately. This is not about finishing above Salah because there's a glory in finishing the Golden Boot. It's about marketability.
Yeah, I guess so. But I think it's also about just pampering superstar footballers. Because
Well,
I don't think it's that difficult.
So what about Eriksen's ego, if it's about that?
Well, because he's a midfielder, he's probably just not as bothered, I guess that's the thing.
I mean, maybe he's bothered.
So Man City have lost all these
You're
games.
talking like 20 grand goal bonus that's going to be taken off him. You're probably interested.
Do you get 20 grand for a goal?
Whatever.
Pluck that from nowhere.
All right, yes.
Man City lost 3 on the bounce, might lose to Spurs, will definitely win the league. We're certain of that, right? That's the title of next week's
Will they?
podcast, isn't it?
Will they?
Well,
They're in free fall at the moment.
definitely
I'll tell you who ain't in free fall. Tottenham Hotspur, ain't?
Yeah, true. Well,
Imagine.
that leads to my question, right?
Yeah.
So you've got Chelsea struggling, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal starting to pick up a few wins now.
Yeah.
Should get through to the Europa League semi-finals quite easily. And so if he gets to the end of the season and Chelsea finish 5th, don't win the FA Cup, but get to the final, which they probably will do because they've got Southampton.
Yeah.
Lose that, finish 5th, finish above Arsenal, but Arsenal win the Europa League.
Yeah.
After the kind of turmoil and like the embarrassment supposedly of Arsenal's season this season, at the end of it, it won't look as bad, will it?
No.
So my point is that is it kind of the same thing with Man City as well? Is it almost more important how you finish a season for your reflection of it than where you finish?
So in boxing, right, you can win a round in the last 30 seconds, no matter what's happened before. If you finish a round in boxing really well, that it's a kind of cliche, but you sway around, you win a round like that. Arsene Wenger is securing another season at Arsenal by his form at the end of the season. It happens quite often for them.
And Man City, in terms
if
of...
he wins the Europa League, he's in the Champions League again. So I doubt they get rid of him.
Because say Man City lose to Spurs, right?
Yeah.
4 losses in the bounce, whatever.
Never happened
still,
in Guardiola's career ever.
Really? Wow. Stat nugget. Use that in a club. But they still break the points record.
Yeah.
Will they... Because if it's based on points, that makes them the greatest. But the fact that it's been a bit anticlimactic at the end of it, people will look at it.
You're talking about the greatest in the Premier League.
Yeah. If they get more points than any other Premier League team in history, doesn't that make them the best?
Statistically, it makes them the best. Yeah. But if it's psychology, isn't it? It's the way you feel is what's important to football fans. You know, statistically, what's his name? Kevin Long. Burnley's centre back.
Kevin Langen? No, what's his name?
Kevin Long, isn't it?
It's the one player in the Prem I don't know.
It is Kevin Long.
Okay.
Right? He statistically...
Look it up.
Good, look it up, man. I'm 99% sure.
It's like the Italy thing all over again.
Yeah, Kevin Long.
Thank you very much. Kevin Long, right? Statistically, according to Who Scored, is the best defender in Europe this year, this week.
Mate, stat nuggets in a minute.
But it doesn't mean that he is, does it? That's statistically speaking. So it's about how you feel. It's about perception. And if Man City creep over the line, then I don't know. But yeah, statistically, you would say that they are the best. The problem is that there's all kinds of context because they spent huge amounts of money. They're never going to get the credit they deserve ever, and nor should they. You know, oh yeah, they're the best ever, but so what? So what? You should be. It's embarrassing, actually, that they're only going to pick up the League Cup and the Premier League.
That's not embarrassing.
It's embarrassing for their fans. Anyone out there, Man City fans, should be utterly embarrassed.
I'm sure they're absolutely fine. Let's do some stat nuggets, and then after that, I'm going to let you know there's someone's been born. So a kid's been born who's been named after an Arsenal player, and there was a backup as well. And I want you to have a guess now in your mind, and then stick around, and we'll go through that. So right, stat nuggets time. So we're going to Twinkles, aren't we? Let's go to Twinkles.
You got to say the thing first.
I said what?
The catchphrase.
Oh, I forgot what it is. I love it. I want to hug it. Stat nuggets. Let's do this. So we head into. For those who don't know, stat nuggets. It's if you know, this is one for the weekend. It's about getting you ready to enjoy the weekend's action, but also to enjoy the weekend's action.
I know.
If you know what I mean.
And for a lot of young men and young ladies out there, the weekend's action is what it's all about.
Exactly. And so what you need sometimes is a little stat nugget in your back pocket to get yourself to go.
And where might you use a stat nugget like this?
Maybe a club like Twinkles.
Twinkles, mate. It's the place to be.
It's absolutely banging out there.
Love Twinkles.
Just get you there. I'm just putting you in the mindset now, yeah? Get your stat ups line, get them ready, and I'm sorting you out for the weekend. Let's go. See if I drop there. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Right. So like, Fab, you're a bird or bloke, whatever. You alright?
36, James.
It's fine.
Alright, love.
You alright, mate? You
oh,
good?
Mate.
Oh, babe. Oh, babe, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Why am I?
Yeah. Want a bit? Because I'm doing this. Want a bit of this, do you?
What?
Yeah.
No.
Speaking of exciting climaxes, there has been a goal in the 89th minute or later. Each performer's past 7 Premier League games, with 5 of those affecting the result.
I'm feeling so moist right now.
Right.
Where's Sharon? Come and check this geezer out.
Right, Sharon, how you
He's
doing?
sweet.
Talking about scoring in the midfield, Milojevic's free kick was the 3rd goal in as many games the other week, and he becomes the first Palace midfielder to score 10 goals in a single Premier League season. Talk about scoring in the midfield.
Gosh, Tracy, you're right. He's a right sort. God, will you come back with us?
Yeah.
I don't know, Trace. I asked him.
Talking about, what do you do later?
Well, I'm coming home with yours, and I.
Yeah, talking about
more of this stuff.
Talking about going all the way, both Smalling and Pogba have won all Premier League games in which they've scored. Only former Liverpool forward Ryan Babel was a better 100% record in the competition. 11 goals, 11 wins.
What? Come on, man. I've got to go over the toilet. I've got to change my pants.
Yeah, get your coat. You pulled. That's stat
nuggets. That's it. I mean, that's just what it's like on a Saturday night.
Stat up lines.
For a lot of people that enjoy each other's company.
This podcast is a gift. Cherish it. Sort of take it in, drink it in, and use it in Twinkles or whatever club you decide to go.
Stereotypical by saying Sharon and Tracy. A bit obvious.
I think it was the moist bit probably was the worst bit.
Off.
Arsenal, an Arsenal fan.
I meant in that way. I mean, like dancing around sweaty gets a bit moist on the armpits and that.
Oh, right. Mesut Ozil has said it's a great honour after an Arsenal fan named his newborn son after the German midfielder. Ozil. Inzamam Ul Haq's wife gave birth to the child in December last year. Before the rival, the fan from India had already decided he would name the child after an Arsenal player. Having considered naming it Arsene Wenger, he opted for Ozil. But what was his backup option? Can you guess what his backup option was? Imagine you called Arsene Wenger. Your name was Arsene Wenger.
I mean, is there anything funny about this at all?
Or it's not a bit funny.
Or is this guy an absolute danger to society?
What, this guy?
Yeah, is he?
I mean,
what is he? Have you looked into his background? What's going on?
No, I mean, there is an Inzamam Ul Haq who was a batsman, wasn't he? He was a cricketer, yeah. I don't think it's him. Can you guess? Just a shout out, I guess. Arsenal player.
Jack Wilshere.
No.
Ian Wright.
No.
Ray Parlour.
No. Right. Mohamed El Nene.
Right.
He was going to call his kid El Nene instead.
So,
what are we doing, guys?
Do you know there's a gene pool? Right, this guy is contributing to it by having another baby.
And he's called it.
It's
called it Ozil.
This is why.
What are your thoughts on that?
This is why no matter how good Arsenal get, they will never be better than Tottenham. They can't because of shit like this.
So you think that's just that? I mean, it's a great. I know Mesut said himself. It's just
the geezer is a dickhead.
It was the backup option that got me. El Nene.
Oh, it weren't. It's called his son Mesut Ozil.
No, it's just called it Ozil. It's just called it Ozil.
Oh, Ozil.
That's better.
I
just thought that was weird. I just spotted that. Thought it was strange. Championship's good, isn't it? Ad.
It is very good.
Big announcement. Okay, teased it at the start of the show. Still to come: Soldiers Lost in Battle and Flames Advice. But
yeah,
there's a big game on the horizon.
I don't like where this is going.
Big game.
There is a big game on the horizon.
Queen's Park Rangers are playing Brentford, and I can exclusively reveal to you
Go on.
that me and my boys, my dad, we're going to the game. So I'm announcing right now. If you see me there,
What?
walk the other way, son. Just stay out of my patch. I'll choose
smash
it.
you up and I'll smash it
Mate,
down.
I'm smashing my dad up, are you? Hey, have you seen it?
Mate, it's QPR Brentford.
Mate,
Oh, mate, everyone's game with QPR Brentford.
Everyone's game.
Everyone's
Mate.
game.
Doesn't
fine,
matter
mate.
who you
Mate, it'll slice you up. Went too far again, didn't
No,
it?
no, it's fine.
That's
That's
fine,
fine. No,
that's
you're-
fine.
it-
That's
it-
fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, my dad will slice you up.
Yeah,
are. Can't bring tools, mate. It's not.
Come with mate.
it is, mate. QPR Brentford,
Hey,
anything's game.
Yeah. He'll give you the old QPR smile.
See,
Do you know what that is? Do you know
the
what QPR
difference-
smile is?
Yeah.
It's where you pull your trousers down, spank your bum so hard that you go like that. It's called a QPR smile. Put it in the comments below. Hashtag I want to give Adam a QPR smile.
That's a big hashtag, isn't it?
Or if you don't, then of course it's
No to smile.
no to QPR smile for Adam for me.
That's a lot.
But yeah, I'm going to the game, so we'll be able to react exclusively. Rangers are the entertainers of the championship at the moment. 4 goals in the last home game, 4 goals in the game after that,
4 goals.
4 goals last night. I mean, 4 goals to Hull in the middle game.
Yeah.
We didn't score any, but entertainers is the point. Brentford could make it though. They could make it to the playoffs. Fulham this weekend, then the big one next week.
I'd love it. I'd love it. I'd absolutely love it if Brentford came up to the Premier League and QPR, because Spurs are so good now. Just to smash you to bits. Like, you can't come to the new White Hart Lane, and like the Brentford fans would be. If you listen to the podcast, you're not gonna be able to see this, but they'd be like that. Like, every time Spurs
Stunned. He was doing a stunned
come,
face.
every time Spurs come forward.
Yeah.
That's what it'll be. Adam, they won't be able to see it involuntary. There will be 4,000 of them.
Be like
all
a
just
QPR
going,
smile, like a long
like-
QPR smile,
yeah.
like that
Yeah.
on their bum, on his bum neck.
Yeah. It'd be like 14 people having fits. It was
14 people.
40. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
you
all
take away.
14 of you. That's your allocation. All that said, 4 points off the playoffs, Adam. Dare you believe it? He did say to me earlier in the week, he said, if we win in the week, I'm going to have to start believing, Jim.
Adam,
Yeah, if we beat Fulham, it's on.
what bet did you put? What
Do you
bet
hear
did
that?
you put
If they
on?
beat Fulham, it's on.
I
And
heard.
they got QPR after that.
What bet did you put in at the start of the season?
Got £110
On
Brentford
what?
Going up.
Brentford going up 110 quid.
Yeah. Started off putting 50 quid on. Fancied another 60.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
through the season.
Yeah, no, it was you fancy. You was like 8 games without a win, and you
Yeah.
put another 60 on.
Because I knew we'd turn it round, Flav.
Problem is, for Adam,
What's that?
is he wants to be a Millwall fan. He loves Millwall.
Why?
Just loves it. It's like hot. It's like hard. Desperate to wear a flat cap. Desperate to wear.
They
a
are.
flat
They're doing
I
well.
know.
aren't
Mate,
they?
they just got to the
I'd like to see
playoffs. Smashed
Millwall in the Premier League.
Would you?
Yeah.
Just for the chaos?
Yeah.
It'd be mad. Isn't it?
They've had a great under Harris. He's done so well with them.
I don't. Yeah. The problem, the thing that would play on my mind if I was a Millwall fan is the fact that they're on such a run. If they don't do it this year, they won't do it. They won't. Will
Yeah,
they?
I know. I feel like I feel this about like every team in the Championship. At some point, they're going to go up. We're going to go up at some point.
You're going to go up at some
Millwall
point.
are probably going to go up at some point.
Oh, right.
Obviously,
QPR.
There's
the new-
always next year. For the
QPR are the new Ipswich, though, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Just
You're never going up anyway.
purgatory.
You're never going down either.
QPR.
You're just
Just
floating.
purgatory.
Mate, we are building something so exciting.
So now we're talking about Millwall. Can you tell the story that again? I know you've done it on the podcast, but I just want to hear it again. When you went to Millwall, can you remember it?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
What
QPR
did I do?
Millwall.
I've done it on here, no?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
On one for the weekend.
QPR
QPR
Millwall.
Millwall, Christmas, was it Boxing? No, 29th of December.
Yeah.
Bit nervous because I walked to the game because I live near Millwall, and walk in and you kind of trying to just keep your head down, and
Yeah, because they're after you.
because they've spotted me. They've obviously seen me on sort of forums and stuff.
Is that Harry Potter guy?
Yeah, is that Harry? No, it's not Harry Potter. Oh, we'll leave him then. And I hadn't really heard anyone talking yet, but then as I got to sort of near outside, I started to hear a little bit, and then one guy they were just having a chat, catching up after Christmas, and he's going, oh yeah, he's like, I just heard him go, he's about 40 odd, and he's going, and we're all having a laugh, and then Terry's gone, he's grabbed the landlord by the throat. First sentence I heard in there.
You're like, yes, I'm arrived.
Yeah, that's Millwall.
Millwall.
That's Millwall, and
Do I
that's
love
why.
them?
That's I mean, from a safe distance, you've got to love them.
Yeah.
Defining weekend for Huddersfield, the bottom end of the table. I think this is such a massive weekend. Huddersfield versus Watford, Swansea versus Everton, Palace versus Brighton, huge game.
Yep.
And West Ham Stoke City. The reason I think it's so huge is because you've got Stoke City, you've got 27 points at the moment. I think, so West Ham 34, Swansea 32, Huddersfield 32, Palace 31, Southampton 28, Stoke 27, West Brom 21, they're finished. But with the games that are left, this weekend is huge because Huddersfield have got Watford, then they've got Everton, then their last 3 games are Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. Like, you're not going to be getting many points from
No.
that.
So it's now do or die, innit?
Yeah, Stoke have still got. I think they've got to play Liverpool, but apart from that, they've definitely got 4 winnable games, really winnable games there.
You've got a horse in that race though, haven't you?
What do you mean?
Because your best mate Craig is.
Well, no, I get to see Stoke City QPR and I've never forgiven Craig for what he did to me years ago.
What did he do to you?
We were playing Stoke last home game of the season.
Yeah.
And he had to win it.
Yeah.
Had to win it.
QPR had to.
Yeah, and if we didn't win it, then we didn't. We had no chance of staying up. It was the Aguero season. We went to the Man City game the week after. And so we were chatting in the week. Stoke City are totally mid-table, as they always were.
Means nothing to him.
Means absolutely nothing to him. And I was like, yeah, like I know you're going, but like you want us to win, right? Because you want us, you know.
Because I'm your friend.
Yeah, because I'm your friend.
Yeah.
I'm going to be the best man at your wedding, and you've been the best man at my wedding.
Yeah.
And he went, oh no, I want Stoke to win. I mean, yeah, but it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything where it's going to affect my...
Yeah.
It's, you know, I don't want to go into the Championship. Great league. But I don't want to go into the Championship. And he was like, no, yeah, but I don't care. Stoke, I want Stoke to win.
Yeah, so what you're asking...
fell out.
Yeah, but
no.
no,
What's wrong with you?
No, I can understand. Look, I can understand both perspectives because from his perspective, he's saying, "No, it's my team. This is a game. It's
I
about."
get it. Grow up.
No, hang on. Let me just
Grow up.
Let me come on now, mate.
Grow up.
Don't do that to Paul.
Sorry.
Yeah, don't do that. It's like pushing over a figure of Christ or something. Sort of. Yeah. So you know, but you're saying actually our relationship means more than our football teams, and you should want this for me. That's what you're saying. That's your perspective.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
But you kind of sound like, you know, sometimes your girlfriends confuse you because you can't understand the way their brains work.
Right.
That's you in this situation.
Okay. But yeah, the point is I've still haven't forgiven him. So that's not the horse. The point is I'm looking at it objectively. I am the neutral one. And objectively, Huddersfield have got some nightmare games and they need to get some points fast. Palace have got easy games, all winnable games to the end of the season now. So I think they'll get enough and they'll be fine. Southampton got a couple of tricky games, but yeah.
Who do you want to go down?
Just to shut up, Matt. I want Huddersfield to go down.
So Matt,
and I've called it for the whole season.
Matt, Matt, like you won't know, but he's been since Huddersfield. He's been swanning around the office.
That is exactly what he does. He
constantly
swans around
on a daily basis, coming in and
just
digging
targeting
out,
me.
The minnows in the room, and he's just going and going. What is the Championship anyway? What even is it? I don't know. I love it. It's glorious. So for that reason, I don't want Huddersfield to go down. I kind of like.
It's an utter disaster if Southampton go down.
I think
with the squad they've got,
yeah.
I think they'll figure it out. I think
they'll refocus on their youth and they can bring someone in through a great opportunity. They're gonna do really well in the Championship. I think they'll turn.
Yeah, but all of those teams should do well in the Championship.
Not Stoke. I think the problem is when this is Stoke's one of them ones, and they go, and they're gone.
Do you think?
Yeah, like the highlight of their season will be Port Vale. That's it.
And they're not even in that league.
And that's it. You know.
That being the cup.
Do you know what stayed with me actually? Your mate Craig's dad getting quite upset or kind of emotional.
Pray for Craig's dad.
Yeah. Who? What did he say? He said like.
He said, "I don't want us to go down because it basically took 24 years last time they went down for them to get back up, and he wants to watch. He wants to watch Stoke with his boys in the Premier League."
Yeah, that is quite sad. Really sad. That said. There is something comically brilliant about seeing Stoke go down because they're a big club. They've been around 10 years now, I think, in the Prem, and it's just time to fuck off.
Yeah, it shows. Wow, real. It shows that you know, the ceiling of Premier League clubs really. Look, like ninth was seen as the feeling around that club was it was a bit like Arsenal. It's like we've been ninth 3 seasons on the trot now. We're getting bored.
Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
And do you know what I mean? It's your fault.
What,
your
fans?
fault. No, not the fans, but the club. Their fault. Paul Lambert was the most regressive appointment you could ever make.
You're so funny.
I can do whatever I want.
You liked him 3 weeks ago.
No. I liked him after the first result.
Really?
he got a decent result once.
Okay.
Look, the thing is look at Watford. They're progressive. They're looking abroad. They're finding talent. Instead of going, oh, well, what's the five managers that have managed other people? Well, I don't know. What about Paul Lambert? All right, yeah, go on then. Why not? If we had Mark Hughes, we might get Paul Lambert. No. You go, what's that geezer over in fucking... what did Wolves do?
Yeah, pick a foreign bloke. That's Adam's idea. Just get a foreign bloke.
But look at all the foreign blokes that have come in and done well, Mr. Brexit.
Look at Christian Gross.
No.
Loads have done rubbish as well.
No. Less. The thing is, it is nonsense, and they should have more.
I get Adam's point.
What's his point?
His point is that you're going for these guys, but you're playing it safe because you're going. They've got experience in this league. That doesn't mean that they're going to revitalise the team or have new ideas.
But the irony is, they're not playing it safe. They're risking everything by getting pony managers in through the door with no new ideas or inventing. And the thing is, football moves on. Right, managing a football club. It doesn't stand still. There's not one correct way to do it. And the best managers manage to adapt. And those that don't, i.e. David Moyes, Paul Lambert, fucking Alan Kirbishley,
managed for 15 years.
Alan Pardew.
Pardews the worst.
They don't adapt and they die. And the thing is, clubs like Stoke and Sunderland keep giving these people jobs. And that's why Room 69 exists.
Yeah.
Cleaning up football.
Cleaning it up. 1 week at a time. Right.
Depending on
Are we
form.
doing Flames or Soldiers Lost in Battle first?
Soldiers Lost in Battle, Flames last.
Okay. Right. There, for the 30%. Thanks. Right.
Just
here we
to set
go.
a record, that's trademark to the Fighting Cock. That isn't.
Oh, is it?
Yes. I made that up.
Oh,
I
okay.
mentioned it. You've got all over.
No,
that.
they got involved.
Well,
in it.
I'm just saying there are T-shirts incoming.
Oh, okay.
Don't start.
Oh, really?
All that, yeah, that's my
Merch.
shit. You're fucking with right now.
Merch.
Oh, maybe I don't know.
Okay. Right. So just to catch you up, last week, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch that one because there's first part of the story, incredible story by The Boy is his name.
It's just the boy.
The Boy.
I love it.
B-O-H.
So mysterious.
Just so to catch you up, where are we with it all? Basically,
They met this guy,
he met this lad, White Teeth they call him,
white teeth,
and White Teeth.
smarmy, but slightly, there's something about him, draws people to him.
They've had a drunk night
This
out.
guy, he's like, I'm not sure about him.
Yeah, he's not sure about him. They've had a drunk night out. The next day, they've woken up in their flat and they initially can't get out of the room. They can't find their phone, and White Teeth, who stayed over, is not responding. Part 2.
And they're in Seville. Glasgow
Oh, they're in
Rangers.
Seville, in Seville, 2003.
The Europa
And,
Cup final.
yeah, and it's the day of Celtic versus
Yeah.
Porto.
Go back to last week's review.
Yeah. I think that bastard has robbed us, Davey. My phone's not here, I shrieked. Davey moved to his wallet that was sitting on the bedside table. I'll fucking kill him. Davey broke off mid-sentence. Oh no, it's okay. All my cards and money are still here. It's funny how your mind associates the most valuable thing to steal from someone as being money. So our minds first flitted to bank cards and notes, but in this instance, on this day, in this unique setting, something much more valuable, something that money literally couldn't buy, nestled in our wallets. The tickets! We both yelled in unison. Should we do that? 1, 2, 3. The tickets! Davey began to rifle through his wallet like a man possessed. No, 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 he cried. I didn't need to ask. I knew the minute the words left my mouth what had happened. Yet still in a pathetic panic, I ran to my wallet, tore it open, snatching everything inside and throwing it onto my bed. Only to find, just as Davey had, all my money untouched, all my bank cards in place. But my prized possession, my key to a match over 3 decades in the making, my ticket, gone. I literally collapsed to the floor and pounded the ground. The words, the expletives, the imagery, the sheer rage I conjured in those hate-filled moments cannot be repeated here. Well, if you want to keep your sponsorship, that is. Love you, family. White Teeth had stolen our tickets while we slept and then locked the door. We later discovered he had done this by barricading it with the couch we'd so graciously allowed him to sleep on. In the darker moments of the painful years that followed, when I would linger over the memories of this theft, I started to think the prick was never actually drinking, but plying us with drink, while pretending to be drunk, a plan from the beginning to steal my ticket, my moment in the sun, my birthright. It's good, isn't it? We banged on the door for hours, hoping someone would hear and set us free, but no one did. Our only hope was John would return to check on us, or at least have a wash. John was one of the lads who'd gone earlier, and he slept with a girl and didn't come back. I'm not sure what the next song is going to be. Okay, it's a song. That's good. Right. Where are we? Where's John? Can't find John. Okay, John would return to check on us, at least have a wash. The dirty bugger. But no, he was too busy away ploughing some random bird to check on his friends. We were on the 4th floor, and at one point we managed to get the attention of some bemused locals down on the road who couldn't really hear us. And even if they could, I don't think they understood us, or perhaps more likely thought us some typical drunken Scotsman just pissing about, having a laugh, hanging out a 4-storey window. I suppose you couldn't blame them. There were 80,000 of us in the city. To a man, most likely pished. As 8:45 p.m. rolled around, the kick-off time, we were utterly distraught. We realised our golden moment, our dream was over. We would miss Celtic in a European final completely. We wouldn't even get to see it on TV like everyone back home. Add to this, I was dehydrated from the booze, aching from hunger, and Davey kept telling me he was desperate for a shit. We had one 2-litre bottle of water between us, and somewhat miraculously, Davey found an old shitty radio from one of the bedroom's cupboards. We could only find Spanish stations, and it took us half an hour to find anything sounding remotely like football, but we found it. Problem was neither of us spoke Spanish, beyond hola chica. So what turned out to be a pulsating final, by all accounts, was experienced by Davey and I as follows. Incomprehensible Spanish, incomprehensible Spanish. Larson, incomprehensible Spanish, incomprehensible Spanish. Sutton, incomprehensible Spanish, incomprehensible Spanish. Deco, incomprehensible Spanish, incomprehensible Spanish. Bobo Balde, goal! Porto, goal! Celtic! After 120 minutes of this barely comprehensible torture, we just about ascertained that Celtic had lost 2-3, and our misery was complete. John showed up later that night, still with that random bird for fuck's sake, and set us free. So that's my tale. And just one final note. Anytime another viewer tries to put forward a story about missing an FA Cup final because their mean girlfriend or mean mummy wouldn't let them go, just picture the image of me having to look away as my best friend Davey takes a shit in a carrier bag in the corner of that bedroom and using his old socks to wipe his arse.
Oh my God!
By the way, the story doesn't end here.
What?
I met White Teeth again some years later.
Hold on, how much? Is there lots left? Do we save this for another week?
Right, I didn't want to include it because this was already ridiculously long. But if you're interested, there is a sequel to this.
Come on! Yes! Yes!
You sort the sound on that when you scream.
Oh! Mate, that was so good. Yeah, 100%. Next week, please send it all in as much detail.
Incredible. Oh. Don't put it in the YouTube comments because you don't want everyone to see it.
Email it to us.
Email it to us. Or find me on Twitter at James Alcott, ALLCOTT. And follow me. I will definitely follow you because if your writing's as good as
and at Flav_Bateman, you will be one of the only people I've followed for years. I've unfollowed James. I've unfollowed James.
Have you?
No. Oh, he did not break. He did not break, did he?
I'll grow up.
Alright.
Incredible. Very, very good.
Mate,
that was the story.
superb. Round of
I
applause.
can only apologise for what you've been through. I'm fascinated to know what your encounter with White Teeth was like
Oh my
years later.
God.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, that's such a good story.
Such a good story. Wow. Okay, questions for Flames. Got to follow that now.
Alright.
Right. My name's James. This is Flav. Together we are Flames.
Can we stop doing that?
I like
makes
it.
my skin crawl every
Does
time.
it? Does
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but new people need to know. That's how
Right.
That's how you get the brand going. And then we get the merch out. Working on it. Looking at designs. If you want a Flame shirt, let me know. See what
No one will want
No one wants it. Okay, right. If you've got questions or advice that you need from two people who shouldn't really be giving out advice, then we're the podcast for you. Let us know in the comments below. Hashtag Flames Advice. So first one is why talks.
Okay.
Right, I guess I've ready it. Flav. Here we go. Interesting one, this. So I've been playing the field and have been going out with 2 girls, brackets, with one for 2.5 months and with the other for a little over a month now.
Have we done this?
Have we done this?
we've done this.
Oh no. Okay, forget it then.
Yeah.
Alright, we're doing. I've got others. It's fine. Right. Okay, we'll do this one and then I'll find another one. So this is Solium. Sorry, mate, but we probably answered it. I get confused because doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Go on.
Elliot Cooling. Question for Flames, fellas. I'm about to go on a 3-month trip with my girlfriend, but she can't stand football.
Right.
I'm a
That's fine.
Spurs fan who's optimistic about the FA Cup, but as I'm travelling, I don't know whether it's worth upsetting my lovely lady on our trip off. Do I risk destroying 2 days, possibly, of our 3 months away, or do I bite my beloved bullet and devote my days to Spurs? So basically not watch it. I know this could infuriate her, but we have been in love for 3 years, but it's still difficult because she really hates football. Thoughts? Plus, Flav is a top lad, and James, you are the king of the podcast. Thanks, mate. So 3-month trip. Adam, you feel free to step in there.
I mean, I'm presuming he hasn't heard the end of that story. He wouldn't have heard it, but now obviously he understands what people go through to go and see a game and what this guy, white teeth. What was his name? The boy. The boy went through. So I think we already have your answer, don't you? But look, ultimately, this is about you. This is really important. If we get to the FA Cup final, Spurs get to the FA Cup final. As a Spurs fan, you're obviously going to be desperate to watch that, and your girlfriend, she should be not only happy for you to watch it, but encouraging you to, because that's what love's about.
True. There has to be some understanding there. My wife, she won't mind me saying, she hates football with a passion, but she understands it affects my mood.
And it's important to you.
And it's important to me. Also, 3 months, it's going to be like a couple of games. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So don't worry about it. I
And
think
it's
if
not
she doesn't understand it, then she doesn't truly love you.
3 hours
Yeah.
out of 3 months.
It's not. Yeah, it's not
So
even
you
2
take-
days. It's literally you're talking 90 minutes a game.
Yeah.
Or I would say 3 hours in total, 6 in total. You're away for 3 months. I would say, look, I would genuinely be so confused if
She doesn't get it.
If my missus says to me, "I don't want you to watch that," I'd look at her and go, "Who are you? And what am I doing here?" I'm not suggesting leave this woman. I'm suggesting that she needs to be a little bit less selfish and not allow you to watch the football. You're a human being. No one should stop you from doing anything you want. There is no such thing as control. Only those who allow themselves to be controlled.
Do you know what you should also do? A little tip for you.
Watch the football.
If you lose in the lead up, maybe, like go to a game, and if Spurs win, when you come back, be really lovely to her and really nice, because you're in such a good mood because of winning the football and watching it.
Yeah.
And then if you lose, do the other way. Do like cute, I'm really upset. And she'll start to understand how it affects you, and she'll see how important it is, and then you'll be able to do whatever you want.
Or just say, look, I'm fucking going. I'm going to watch the football. Don't be a dickhead. I
Don't say don't be a dickhead. They don't like that. They really.
I don't want
like
dickheads in my life, and you're being one currently. So
You essentially
yeah,
should
probably
say.
don't say that. I'm curious to know, because maybe I'm missing something. If there's any world where she's comfortable with the fact that you've asked this question to us, who know nothing, then get her to explain why it's not acceptable for you to watch that game. And if I understand it, I'll say fair enough. You've got a cracker there. If I don't understand it at all, then maybe don't go travelling. Find a new girlfriend.
Okay. Brief interlude. Adam, Birds and That, how you getting on?
Birds and that is quiet again, boys.
Quiet. 2
What,
weeks
are
on the
you
trot.
trying though? Because I caught you in the office on Bumble the other
You
day.
didn't catch me.
I caught you. He was like this. He's looking like, for those listening.
You begged me for 5 minutes.
He did.
I
He
did.
did.
I'll let you have it.
Look, I obviously I'm not a man who's seeking other women. You know, I'm in a happy relationship. But I am really curious, because I never really had the opportunity about Bumble and Tinder just to see what is going on there. So I just wanted 5 minutes with Adam's account to swipe left and right, see what
Quite
happens.
addictive, isn't it?
It is addictive. I don't know. I'm not sure I would enjoy going through the process of doing all this and then conversating and then meeting. It feels very awkward to me.
Yeah.
And luckily I came from a time in my younger days, a good-looking young lad that lots of middle-aged women were interested in.
Just think, Flav's missus is not middle-aged at all. She's in the prime of life.
No,
But he
not.
does seem to keep going on about that.
I mean,
Bit of homework for you.
So
Adam,
in
maybe
the
give us some
in the mornings when
content
she ain't
for
got
the
makeup
podcast
on.
next week. And get yourself out there a bit more.
in the mornings when
I'll do my best.
See what we can get.
To,
Can you get a date by
have
next week?
Something to report.
Yeah, lovely.
Jim, in the mornings when she hasn't got makeup on, sometimes passes middle age. So that's when I'm at my most vigorous. None of that's true. Actually, none of that's true. Just saying things to make people like what make me laugh. All right.
More vigorous.
I'm not even really interested in middle-aged women.
Right.
It just came up once and I'm kind of sticking with it.
And what a lovely link back into Fan League, building the world's #1 football community. The sponsor of One Foot Weekend podcast by talking, getting some Flames advice for young Garrett. Don't know if he's young or not.
Yeah,
Remember
Garrett used to help us out, didn't he? With the
Garrett used to give us predictions.
Yeah, Garrett. Where's he been, Garrett?
That's what he'll tell you.
Oh, will
He'll
he?
tell you himself.
Go on.
He says, Flames, I haven't been around commenting and taking part in discussion as much as I used to.
Yeah,
because
why
of
not?
two things.
Right, go on.
One, I've been progressing at work, getting more responsibilities, and it's been a bit exhausting.
Can I address that?
Sure, yeah, go for it.
But that's bollocks.
Takes a second.
Takes a second. Just to say hi, it's Garrett here. Just checking in.
Yeah, just check in.
Just checking in.
That's all. We just want to know you're okay.
Yeah. So first off, don't believe you. Carry on.
Love that. Love that. Actually, everyone should be doing that. Just check it, just so
Just
we
check
know,
in.
especially people who comment
Yeah,
regularly.
yeah. If you've got nothing to say, no response, just in the comments, just checking in.
Yeah,
just
lovely.
so we know you're
Love that.
there.
Just so we know you're all right.
Yeah.
Because
Just
people
checking in.
like, there's loads.
And if there's people are listening on the podcast, because there are a few, thousands of them actually. If you're, it doesn't, you don't have to go onto YouTube and watch it. Just going, I heard this on the podcast. I'm just checking in.
Just check in.
Just
Yeah. Say hello.
Bull Street. YouTube.com/Bull Street, Long Bull Street. So you just go, I heard this on the podcast. Just letting you know, we're just checking in. Everything's all right here. And we're like, well, that's good because we know they're all right.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry about any of them.
Yeah, you'd be like, yeah, have you seen Garrett recently? Yeah, he was in the comments the other week. He's
Yeah.
all right. Well, he was just checking in.
Yeah, he's just
He's
checking
just checking in.
so
So
it's
he's
fine.
busy. He's probably
He's busy. He's
cracking
got
on
a new
again.
job.
He's got a new
But
job.
let us know. It's good of him. Let us know. Just checking him in because you don't like when you're 16. I'm presuming Garrett's 16, 17, 18, maybe 19, right? Whatever.
I think he's 30.
He's 30 years old. If you're going out, right, for the night out, you don't get to 4 a.m. in the morning before calling your missus and saying you're all right, do you? Well, you might do if you're a naughty boy. But most people ring up and say, look, I'm just staying out with my mates a bit longer, and they go, the handbrake comes on quickly before they put it down. I just think she heard, it's fine. Yeah. What you've done, Garrett, is you spent a 4-week bender without ringing.
Fair point.
Anything could have happened.
All right.
So what's the second part?
Yeah, well, yeah, that'd be good. Get more responses, and it's been exhausting. I like feeling like I'm going somewhere, but I honestly just don't need to be working this hard when I should be enjoying my youth. Brackets 30 counts as young, right?
Oh, right, sorry. Yeah.
Second, I'm in a newish relationship, but she lives in California, about 1,500 miles away. I've known her for years, so I know this is serious.
Yes.
Do
Garrett.
I try to relocate to sunny California and leave my job, facing some uncertainty about the future, to live closer to the possible love of my life? Or do I do the long distance thing for a year or so and try to make sure I know what I'm doing before I leave a good job? Sincerely, still dedicated member of the Bull Street family, who knows it's a bit ridiculous to ask podcasters how to make big life choices. Thanks, Garrett. Good to know you're all right.
Garrett, go to California. Go immediately. Book your ticket immediately and go. As long as it's like she agrees. Don't turn up, but that's creepy. But
I know, they're
but
together, aren't they?
go, of course you go. Of course you go. California's average. But probably better than Liverpool. Definitely better than Liverpool. That's where he lives, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, Wicked,
look, California. You've seen the advert. They're all on. Got the tops off and they're skateboarding and they live in burning the candle, burning the midnight oil. Something like that.
Yeah.
Look, man, go, of course, go. Life's for living.
Life's
or
for living.
Do you want to end up in Bootle? Yeah.
Do you want to
End up in Bootle? You can spend the rest of your life in Bootle, Garrett, or you could chase the dream. And even if you chase the dream and fall halfway there, you're halfway.
Reach
closer.
for the stars, Flav.
Yeah,
Reach for
you're halfway closer to the dream than you would have been if you hadn't done anything at all. Of course.
Couldn't agree more. Life is short. Life is for living. Life without love is nothing. Get out there. And I tell you what, it's not like relocating to like somewhere bad. It's LA.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Well,
not like...
hang on, it's not the bad parts. I mean, if you said, oh, she lives in Compton.
Well,
Or Inglewood!
yeah.
If it was one of them, then I'd say maybe.
Yeah, be careful.
Maybe, be careful because it could be a trap. But no, if she's the love of your life and you love her, then just go.
Give it a go.
Don't it isn't sad to ask our advice because we got good advice.
Do you know also, life is short, but life's also long. And what I'm saying there is go there for a bit. If it doesn't work out, you come back. Jesus.
Go back to Bootle. Yeah, you go back to Bootle and get a job in Boots if you want.
Yeah.
But you've got to see what's out there.
Good luck, Garrett.
Just want to say, have you got any criminal convictions? If you have, you won't be able to get in.
Yeah, the visa stuff can be tricky.
Yeah.
We'll look into it.
But yeah, I mean, look, I'll tell you what. I mean, follow me on Twitter, Flav_Bateman.
We follow him as well.
No, but yeah, all right, yeah, fine.
Steady on.
Yeah, but fine as long as you don't talk any bullshit about Liverpool because I'll have to mute you. And then just slip into the DMs, send a picture of her and let you know where you should go.
Oh. No,
I'm being horrible. I'm just joking and joking. Garrett, go live your dream.
Let's say, what does Gazza think? He says go.
Does he?
Yeah. That was one for the weekend. The best podcast out there. Let's be honest. Are you from Compton? Okay.
Whoa.
We hope you enjoyed it as ever. It's about you getting in the comments, and that way we can talk about all the stuff that you let us know about. Flames advice, soldiers lost in battle. Those were the days. It's gone a bit dry, guys. Get involved. Just check in. Just check in.
Check in. They're definitely if you don't know what to write, just check in.
Let us know.
Like Jim says, without you lot, this podcast is nothing because it's great be interacting with people.
Absolutely.
No one wants to talk about football all the time.
Exactly. At least we chat about it for a bit, don't we? And then we move on. And join us next week. We might have more from White Teeth stories.
Oh, mate, I hope
and
so.
Adam's got his homework, so fingers crossed it might all work out. As I said, sponsored by Fan League. If you want to join the One for the Weekend League, you can do so. The link is in the description. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that jazz. We'll see you soon.
Those were the days.
Yeah, said that earlier.
What?
Those were the days.
Lager.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were saying.
Having lager sponsor.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude, that's good. That McEwan's.
Yeah.
Like there isn't a drink problem in Scotland.